Hi, welcome to Trent's Normal Life. I'm Trixie Cat, and today, hey, you know what? I had a great week off. It was Memorial last week, and so I took it off. I enjoyed my time, and now I'm back. And during that time, something interesting kind of happened. If you see me reaching over here, I'm petting Dot. See, if she was in the virtual pets thing I was talking about in the first episode, you would see her head. I'm scratching her ear right over here, and then she's laying down to right about here. And anyway, it would just be neat to see her and have her in virtual reality, so I can just reach over and pet her, even though I can do it right now. Anyway, welcome to Trans Normal Life, and today I wanted to talk about something that happened a little recently. And actually, you know what? I think this is a good time to talk about the people who might be angry at you or uh, being rude to you, all that wonderful stuff. They just want to take, if you're happy, a lot of times people subconsciously want to take your happiness away. And if you can realize that, just realize that all the anger and hate that you might get in the real world might not actually be from like a uh, transphobic side of the world. It could just simply be someone having a bad day. The and that goes to my recent interaction. See, how do I start this? This one's going to get a little personal, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm just reflecting on it real quick because I don't know how to bring this one up. I might. Sorry. Okay, I might. I'm really stuttering here because this is a difficult subject. How do I start it? It's family. You don't always get along with your birth family. And that's just going to happen. And eh, so goes it. I think it's important that, okay, let me fix that. There we go. Get the hand back under control. Oops, sorry. The tracking is just a little off today. Uh, I'm surrounded. See, I'm in my car and I'm at a beautiful state park and it's really sunny, but I don't have enough shade, so the tracking kind of shoots all over the place when it hits the reflections of the windows and stuff. So anyway, I'm actually sitting right now. I I think I'm gonna need more reflection time before I actually bring up this subject that happened recently. Yeah. Um. No. 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 Hmm. This is me thinking. I'm sorry. It's like really far out, man. I just don't know where it went. I came here to the park, and next thing I know, I'm sitting here in the nice, beautiful park looking all over, and all of a sudden I just can't think of anything I want to tell you. I'm sorry. Oh, it's just that for the first time I took control back in my life from everybody, including someone in my family. And uh it started out really weird too because uh they were upset because they asked me, well, what am I doing? Am I thinking about myself or my mom? And I was extending a conversation that happened a couple months earlier. Uh, but at this point in my life, see, my mother, she's in elder memory care. She is in Alzheimer's, dementia issues, sorry, scratching. Uh, and she is in her hospice at this point or something like that. Anyway, in this elder memory care, I was told that if I go and see her, it would just be for me and it would do nothing for her. She probably wouldn't even know who I am. She is somewhere in the infant stage of her disease. And I came to peace with breaking away from my mother back in 2016. I had a beautiful time with her in 2020 for 45 days. Kind of closed a lot of chapters right there, and moved forward. And at this point in my life, I'm trying to make things work. See, I got my Lawnmower Girl series I'm writing, and it's got a respectable few thousand views or something like that between all the episodes. And people seem to be enjoying this episodes of Transnormal Life, so I'm gonna keep doing both of them, and I'm happy. And even though I don't have a lot of money, I don't have any money, and then I living van life. It's humble. I live a very humble life, very frugal. And they just kept bringing it back to this money issue. And I'm like, I don't care about that. I never have. And it escalated. Anyway, beyond that, oh, it was just crazy. So anyway, where was I? See, I get distracted easily sometimes. Oh, my hand went up. See, like, I'm not even doing this. Right there we go. Could you imagine if we did a full conscious dive into our avatars and then all of a sudden our arm just starts going out? We would freak out. We'd be like, oh my God. Where's my doggy? She's over there somewhere. There she is. Okay. So anyway, I don't even remember where I was. I was just babbling. This is the great episode of Babel. I'm sure there was something in there. See, this is one of those cloudy moments. It's a pain in the butt, but what are you gonna do? It happens. Sometimes you just gotta know what you're gonna do and what you're not. Honestly, oh my God, I'm such a space case today. Oh, like I was saying. Okay, now I remember. So, I have my 2 series going. I'm happy. I have children. They are all growing up and going into the world. One of them's still a little younger, but you know what? He's getting there. Um, and oh, speaking of which, next week I will have a guest where we're going to be kind of talking about some important issues that kind of involve everybody and how we reflect on them and how we handle or deal with them if we can, and so on and so forth. So tune in next week to meet someone new on the side over here. We're going to have a little VR interview type thing. It'll be fun. Anyway, so I said to my family member that I'm thinking of myself. And they just lost it. They were like, it was almost like a how dare you? And it was like, well, excuse me, for the first time in my life, nobody is controlling me. And I was like, not even you. And the reason I said that is because they are an older sibling of mine, and they they just didn't like that I didn't let even them have any control anymore. I gotta be me. I gotta be out there. And the second but like, honestly, when I said I was thinking of myself, they went off in a completely wild direction. Um, I didn't. I responded. Finally, I spoke. They kept saying this one thing, and I was like, okay, fine. Here's exactly how this is, and I don't know if I'll ever hear from them again. But they were they were not healthy at this time in my life to be in my life. Maybe in the future, who knows? Uh, love their kids, but my siblings, yeah, we don't really get along anymore, and you know what? I'm good with it. There's so much trauma and drama that I'll have to get into later on in the future. But that's where I come out and I'm talking to you because I want to share these experiences because my birth family did not work out for me. I'm not saying they're bad people or horrible people, but for us, no, our personalities and all that in this stages in our lives, we're like, and we just keep like, oh my God, okay, we just keep, we're butting heads a lot right now. And the family's going through a very stressful situation with my mother. So, in our family, we have a typical, just let it dissolve and go off our shoulders. But I don't know. There's hopefully everybody will get through this in the end. For me, my new family is anybody who wants to listen and talk. They don't have to be blood related. They don't have to be a close friend. It's just another human being who's sitting in front of me or next to me and we have a polite conversation. It's that interaction where everybody will grow together. Uh, if you're talking with me, you will find out that I talk in multiple paragraphs before I get to my actual point. And if you listen to only the first thing I say, you're gonna completely miss the my point, my validation of what I'm talking about. Because it's just how I am. I like to explain, and people who don't listen tend to only hear bits and pieces of what you say, and then they form a narrative. And when they believe this narrative, it can become very, very difficult for everybody. So I think right now it's best. I'm just going to keep quiet, not work with any of them, and when I can, I'm gonna go see my mom. I just can't. It's expensive. She's far out in Missouri, and that's a lot of gas, and gas is expensive. So from everything, I'm probably going to end up not being able to see her until later in the year when gas prices come down for like the winter time. Anyway, uh, I guess the point I want you all to understand is uh, they might be your birth family, but what they say and think about you doesn't matter. You have to have your own self respect. And hey, if they don't understand what you're saying and they will not listen, you can't hold it. You can't let it weigh you down because that's a person who is unconsciously trying to take your happiness away. They're not happy that you're happy. So they're going to start coming up with all these negative things and they're going to use them against you. And when those don't hold you down, they won't make you sad anymore. It won't make you depressed. Uh, not only is it that self validation, but we're also talking about self respect and realizing that in this world, we're all in the same type of race. We're all figuring out, trying to get through our world, trying to do everything we can. See, this hand's all, there we go. Get that one down there. And who knows what's going on in their world that day? Who knows how everything's working? Uh, you know, I get the pleasure of the next interview next week that with our special guest. That there's my hand again. Let me get okay. Anyway, it's glitchy today. It matches my spacey attitude today. Anyway, my guest next week is going to be someone I might have on a few times because I think we're going to have some good conversation. And hopefully we'll learn a little bit about each other because in this one, we're going to be talking to each other and we're going to learn about each other next week. And this is going to be a very interesting series. So tune in. I'm going to go ahead and leave it off there. The please check out Lawnmower Girl. It is actually a really fun series. I'm starting to release supercuts, which are kind of like taking one chapter and putting them all together, doing a little bit extra editing, and putting it out in chunks if you just want to watch, larger minute segments instead of chopped up into little pieces. Uh, the only difference was on the first one is I had to remove the piano. I need to record a piano in order to recreate my ending because there was some type of copyright claim that I didn't expect would happen, but it did. So I had to clean it, and now the ending sounds different. It kind of throws off the vibe, but it's okay. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, and if I see you next week, I know I will. I will enjoy your time, and let's talk and have a good time with who's coming on to the show. Have a wonderful day. And remember, if it's not fun, it's not worth it.